My name's Randall Lister. I live in a little town in Nicholasville, Kentucky. I'm out here getting ready to do a little target practice. But while I'm out here, I want to tell you some stuff that hopefully will save you a lot of money, a lot of time and aggravation. If I would have seen this video before I went out looking for a brand new boat motor, it would have saved me a lot of time, aggravation, and heartache. On November 25th, 2011, I was going to go to Bass Pro Shop and get me a brand new motor. But it was support your local dealer. So I thought, hey, why not? So I went to a local dealer here in town and I told him, I said, I want a 25 horsepower Mercury, short shaft, 4-stroke, electric start. He said, no problem. Bring it back Tuesday and we'll put it on for you. So I bring it back, I go home, wait for their phone call. I get a call, I come back up to pick it up, look it over, and it all looks okay. So they have me sign something that is called, the Manufacturer's Statement of Origin. Well, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was just like regular paperwork, you know, I charge it, sign here, sign there, but I signed it and went on my way, took off in the boat, went to the lake, and the boat wouldn't start, the motor wouldn't start. Well, I take it back to the dealer. That night, while they have my boat, I'm going over all my paperwork, and I find out by looking at that statement of origin that it's a 2008. Are you serious? A 2008. I told them I wanted a 2011, and now I got a 2008. Okay. Now this will make me feel a little better. There's my statement of origin. I feel a little better, but I'm still out a lot of money. Okay. Alright, like I said, I feel better now. I go back the next day when they tell me that they've got it running again, and I talk to the dealer that sold me the motor. And I told him, I said, I want you to know that I am more upset with the fact that the motor that you sold me a 2008 than the fact that it wouldn't start. He told me, and I quote, and here, let me get this, because this is very important that you know these things. According to him, he says that Mercury Motors, and this is the piece of paper here, why did Mercury eliminate model year designations for its outboard engines? Why did they do away with the year? I can tell you why they did away with it. Because at the end of the year they got stuck with all these old motors and they didn't know how to get rid of them. So supposedly, according to the dealer, the motor becomes the year you buy it. Are you serious? I got a motor now that I've owned. I've got a motor that I've owned for 3 months now, and it's already 4 years old. 4 years old. Who knows how many people walked by that motor while it was inside the showroom, some little kid or something monkeying around, and they're thinking, hey, what's underneath the cow? Let's take a look. No wonder why it wouldn't start. All right, cut. Well, so now I guess that Mercury Motor Company is making the laws. I thought Congress did that. Anyway, so I knew it wasn't right, though. I knew this could not be right. I told him, I said, I'm going to take you to small claims court. He said, okay. So I take him to small claims court. I tell the judge everything that I just told you, that I went there looking for a 2011, and he sticks a 2008 on it, and tells me to justify it. It becomes the year that you buy it. Well, if that's not a bunch of hogwash, well, the judge says, and I quote, this is Judge Oliver, Judge William Oliver of Small Claims Court. He says, and I quote, because I've got it all on tape. I taped the whole thing. He says, I haven't heard anything that indicates any intentional fraud or anything. It sounds like a business transaction, and unfortunately sometimes people are confused about those kind of deals. Seriously? Now I'm confused. I didn't want a 2011. I really wanted a 2008. That's what it was. What was I thinking? I've owned over 40 vehicles in my life. This is the very first time that I've ever found out later that it was the wrong year. Excuse me, I got to let off a little bit more, just a little bit more steam. Thank you. I feel a little bit better. But I still got a 2008 motor, so I don't feel that much better. All right. Well, I went home after the judge ruled in his favor and said there wasn't anything he could do because nothing seemed to be out of place. Well, I got to thinking. He said that he didn't see any deception or any fraud. I looked up the word fraud, and according to Webster's dictionary, fraud is deception or trickery to cause someone, in this case me, to surrender something of value. Like, how about maybe $3,600 that I paid for a 2008 motor? That's the same price I could have got if I went up to Bass Pro Shop and got that 25 horsepower 2011 model that we looked at a week earlier. Well, now, while I'm at home, they slide out this floor model and thinking, hey, now I can finally get rid of this thing that's been here for 3.5 years, stick it on the back of my boat. All right, hold on, I got to let off a little bit more steam. It's just getting to me. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit better. All right, here's the deal. Boat dealers, I'm sorry you get stuck at the end of the year with some motors you couldn't unload on people, but I think you need to suck it up like car dealers do. Lower the price, make deals with people, but don't come up with some lame, it becomes the year that you bought it. Hey, I worked at Fred Jones Remanufacturing Company for 7.5 years. I rebuilt motors, and I can tell you the worst thing for a motor is to just sit around. Mine sat around for 3.5 years. No wonder why it wouldn't start. All right, so in a nutshell, for you guys out there that are getting ready to buy a boat motor, or somebody that is, your dad, your mom, a friend, this is what you need to tell them. You need to look right on the side of it, on the lower unit. I'm trying to be straight with you if you're trying to get a boat motor. You guys are the next generation, and you got the power through that little box that my son's taping me with, and through the internet, through YouTube and Twitter and Facebook, etc. You guys have the power because of the information that you could spread overnight. I wish I would have seen this video, like I said, before I got it. So please forward this to anybody you know, and even those that you don't think are buying a boat, because they may know somebody. And I'm going to show you here in a minute how to find out for sure if that motor is the motor you want in the year you're paying for. I'm just going to let off just a little bit more steam. See my boat over there? You don't have to pan, we'll show them. This will just make me feel better. Then I'm going to show you once and for all how to find out exactly what motor that is. Feel better almost already. Oh, don't tell me. Get you every time. Okay, let's go take a look. Alright, now this is how you find out whether or not you got the motor that you paid for or that you want. Right down here where mine says 2008, I wanted it to say 2011. That's what I thought we had agreed on. Not it becomes the year you buy it, 2011. And so you know that I'm not just another... I didn't really I'm not that mad, okay? I worked too hard for my money to shoot it up. But anyway, there you go. So help someone else out so it doesn't happen to them. And remember, power to the little people.